Exactly 2 years ago, a video titled "Crypto is a Scam" was published on YouTube and got 7 million views. It marked the peak of bottom for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin proceeded to do 7x from there. 4 weeks ago, CoffeeZilla published a video about gambling and mentioned that meme coins are a scam. I am stating we are at the generational bottom for meme coins, and they will go on an insane run from here. And today, I will prove this to you with the help of Elliot Wave 3. What coins like Floki, Bonk, Pepe, and Mock have in common? Why their charts are telling us the same exact thing? Why all of us are exposed to 50x opportunity right now and no one is taking action? Today, I will save your future. I will save your generation and generations of your bloodline to come. Today, I will tell you how to be correct and how to make money from it. Let's start. Welcome back to Mr. Memecoin YouTube channel. My name is Stan. I made $3 million in meme coins in the last 2 years. I took profits on 1.5 of them and proceeded to lose the rest on leverage. On this channel, I am providing you with a daily meme coin alpha for 100x plays and how to actually be heavily profitable in meme coins. By the way, meme coin trading is a scam. Anyone who made it in meme coins was holding long term. Why I'm going all in? Why I changed the title of this channel from Stan Crypto to Mr. Memecoin? Why I keep just continuing doing videos with the same message, just explaining more and more stuff to you? Because I know I will be right. There is no option in this reality. I will actually be incorrect. And on top of making a shit ton of money with my own positions at this stage, I will also catapult into one of the biggest crypto influencers just by being right. And you, by seeing this currently, actually have an option to take advantage of it. This is the maximum upside for this channel that have ever been. The only similar upside will probably closer to the story of 2024, when I was doing videos about Bobo, when it was a $2 million market cap before it went to $230 million. So there was a request in the previous video. Please go over Floki, Bonk, Pump, Pengu, Doge, Sheep, and Mock. Pump, I won't be going through because it's an altcoin, but in general, I do believe that they will definitely pump the chart with the coming back of Memecoin Meta, and they will try to lure a lot of this liquidity into the gambling casino with on-chain meme coins. And I want you to understand the things that I'm actually explaining. I am not pushing you to trade meme coins. Personally, I have been only losing money trying to trade meme coins. You just have to buy long term, you have to have a thesis, you have to have a nice entry point, you have to understand what is happening on the chart, what are the liquidity inflows that will be coming into your asset, and you just have to hold long term. Holding long term, the meme coin is the hardest thing that can be done. However, it yields the greatest results. And then coming back to our overview, I would like to start with the chart of BRED. We have a very interesting overview. I'm essentially stating here that BRED will go to 45 cents per coin, and it will actually do 25x from here. And it's actually the core of my message, because I want you to understand the beauty of the current setup, that if memes are new alts and they will be gaining similar valuation to top alts in 2021, then something like MOG eventually goes to $11 billion, which means 10k is enough here for generational wealth. Yet it have to hold 1+ years most likely, which is the hardest thing to do, though all good things require holding. I would say $11 billion is quite a blow of top target, yet seeing MOG at 4, 5, 6 billion from here is definitely in this reality. It's definitely doing it from my point of view. Right now, I'll actually prove you that. It's pretty insane because we are at the exact bottom, but no one seems to be buying currently. Only smartest of the smart money. And if you think I'm talking about crazy numbers and things like that, imagine the amount of people that actually buying in size at this stage and the amount of people that actually would be able to hold till the top. That's less than 1% of all the people that will be trading BRED chart in a coming year, right? No one would actually be able to do something like this. Most people, they will be buying right here in this area, and most people will be selling right here. So what the majority of the market would be exposed to is 70% gain. You have to understand that something I share right here is crucially important. It's crucially important to be entering currently, and it's crucially important to be holding long term. And right now, I believe is the best entry point you can be ever getting in range of meme coins. So let's start with BRED, and I will proceed with all the others on the list. So let's focus on global 3-wave Elliot setup for BRED. This is essentially, I will start the wave 1 right here, and this is the top of the wave 1, which was in the December of 2024. This is our bottom. I am assuming that this is the bottom of the wave 2, at this stage, which is essentially more than 80% correction since the top, which is quite typical for the wave 2, 95% correction because it's a meme coin, right? And the sentiment that we actually have currently on the market is absolutely perfect for the formation of the bottom of the wave 2 right now. Let's try to figure out what are the targets for the top of the global wave 3. In order to do this, we will do a simple exercise, right? And it's a very interesting thing that conservative target for the top of the global wave 3 is 1.618, which is from here, essentially, new all-time highs for bread. I want you to understand that this is the top for the global wave 3. And what we are entering currently is the local wave 3. We are also entering global wave 3. However, I want you to understand that we are not going to go in a straight line. This wave will have 5-wave structure inside it. The perfect 5-wave structure would probably should look something like this, right? We'll probably have a very huge dump around these levels right here, which essentially is going to be the correction after the wave 3, and dump right here, similar to the dump that we are seeing currently, after the top of the wave 1, right? But these are the target just for the global wave 3, and I want you to see that, and I want you to understand this specific thing exactly. Then I would like to outline the targets for the bottom of the global wave 4. Conservative target for this thing is usually at 1, so it means that essentially we would go since the top of the wave 3 to the start of the wave 5, which is essentially 60% correction from here, which correlates very nicely with the correction value that we have seen right here on this chart. Essentially, moving further, let's put this wave on the chart. And right now, I would outline the top for bread as the asset in this cycle, the global wave 5 for bread. Usually it's also at 1. So essentially it's somewhere around 53 in the range. I would say in the range from 53 to 45 cents. I would say the outline right here is not ideal because small values are quite important. Therefore, what we have on this chart is that if we are truly at the bottom of wave 3, that means that we will have huge expansion from this level on the chart of bread. Insane amount of X's. I was outlined 25x, right now I got 31x, somewhere in that range. And what's very important and very interesting is that this is quite a conservative outline. 3 main narratives I see for meme coins currently, and why they can actually see a very, very heavy blow of top in comparison to just regular movements of financial assets according to Elliot wave theory. First, that the sector of meme coins is very, very small at this stage. And I do believe that a lot of liquidity from altcoins, from giant altcoins, will actually flow into meme coins. Second, I expect institutions to accumulate meme coins like crazy. Finally, understand the thesis. And it's kind of like the same thing that what we have seen with Murat meme coins expansion, but just 5-10x bigger. And the point number 3, that assets that outperformed before, they should outperform moving further as well. 3 simple things from here. And the other point that actually helps with the whole setup is that all of these charts are actually look the same at this stage. I can easily outline similar structure on something like Bonk for you. So this is essentially top of the wave 1, and this is the bottom of the wave 2 right now. I assume it right now, right? It should be right now. So we would essentially see that the top for the local wave 3 from here is Bonk at 0.65. No one can believe this at this stage, which is essentially somewhere around 25-26x from here. Again, this is global wave 3. Locally, it will take quite a lot of time, and we will have quite a lot of corrections from here. And if you think about that, Bonk is at 100 million at this stage, 25x from here, somewhere around $22.5 billion, which is not that high from the all-time highs for this asset. And again, if these numbers are looking crazy for you, I want you to understand very few would actually be buying currently and holding through the whole price action. Most will buy way later, probably above this level, somewhere here, and they will probably be selling above previous all-time highs. So I want you to understand that majority of market participants, they would be exposed to 2x price action on Bonk. So please do not see these numbers as absolutely crazy, because less than 1%, I would say less than 0.01% would be exposed to the price action I'm talking about. Because first, you would have to buy currently, and no one is paying attention, no one believes this at this stage, and no one has the conviction to hold. And secondly, you would have to hold through all the drawdowns. You would have to hold through all the psychological warfare that will be inflicted on you, seeing huge corrections on this chart. Because this price action is not just going to go in a straight line, will have multiple corrections along the way. And yet it should be quick, and yet It should be in a way for most, not even being able to enter. First, due to psychological barrier. It should be very hard for them to enter into these assets. And the funny thing about this whole setup is that all of these meme coins, they actually look the same. Like all of the charts are actually quite the same, which is pretty insane by itself. Like the whole picture, the whole setup on most of them is absolutely similar. And you can be very easily printing out these targets for most of them. And if the charts are similar, we can understand that they essentially just move as a sector. And it doesn't really matter which specific type of meme coin you would be buying. My best advice is just buy the project that you like the most. Buy the project you know the most about, the team members, who's behind. Buy the project where you like people the most, because most of them should be moving in the same way, in the same direction. Another question, which is also $1 million question, which one is going to outperform first? So maybe you would want to rotate, sell some here and buy some in a different asset. And I would advise against that, because holding just long term, and again, I'm talking only about the top of the wave 3. We'll have the top of the wave 5, which will be slightly bigger than this one. Wave 3 is the most explosive one, but wave 5 will even be bigger for these assets. So for Bonk, I'm expecting 11x price action from here, right? And again, do not be shocked by these numbers. Most people won't buy the bottom specifically. Exactly. Most people won't sell the top. It's very hard to sell the top. It's just the potential outline. Most people on these assets, they will be exposed to maybe 2-3x price action, and that's it. And they would be pretty happy, right? This is our conservative bottom for the wave 4, right? And this is our wave 5, conservative one as well. The reason I'm outlining them on the chart right here is because I want you to understand what is the price action that most will actually be exposed into. Again, most people will probably buy somewhere here and they will probably sell somewhere here. 2.5x. 2.5x. And if you're catching the whole movement right now, it's 14x's. 14x for something like Bonk, which is $1 billion asset at this stage. And again, majority will probably be exposed to 2.5x. This is something I'm explaining here. And that's why I'm saying like small bit of capital currently, especially if you're on leverage, goes the long way. This is the message that I want to outline for you currently. What it means exactly as us being at the bottom of the wave 3 at the start, and how important and how effective it is if you would take a bit of risk. And obviously, if I am correct, that we're truly at the bottom of wave 2. But it's not just my opinion at this stage. People, smart money, they definitely see this on this market currently as well. This is it. This is the whole overview. Most of these meme coins have the same charts at this stage. Just listen, just pay attention to these things. If you do not trust me fully, just allocate small amounts into some of these memes and try to hold for the amounts of time I'm talking about. Because again, most people will be exposed to way less multiples on these assets because they won't be buying the bottom and they won't be selling the top. They will probably dump everything on the first correction, not understanding the velocity of the movement that they are exposed to. Thank you very much for watching this one. Stay healthy, rich, and I shall be seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.